What's up, everybody? Alex here with yet another post-war pickup. They're coming in, and they're coming in hot, and I'm having fun. I'm having fun getting back into the rhythm of picking up cards. This is a card that I've had my eye on for a little while. It's a 1952 Bowman, beautiful 1952 Bowman of Mr. Don Newcombe of the Brooklyn Dodgers. Before we take a look at the card, I want to acknowledge some YouTubers out there, you know who you are, that had a hand in this pickup. As some of you may recall from previous videos, I'm working on a project that involves Ralph Branca, Bobby Thompson, and the shot heard around the world. And I've been doing a lot of research on those two guys and the event that connects them. And as a result, I've been learning about other players that were on the periphery of that event, including Don Newcombe. Newcombe started to become an interesting character to me. Of course, I'd heard of him before, but I didn't really know that much about him. And that began to change as a result of this research that I've been doing. So I reached out to a number of fellow YouTubers to get a sense of which Newcombe cards were their favorites. I mean, of course, I could have just gone and looked at cards myself, but I think it's always cool to hear what other collectors' opinions are about which cards stand out to them. So a bunch of folks came back with all sorts of suggestions on their favorite Newcombe cards, and this was one of the cards that just kept popping up. And I pretty quickly agreed that this is definitely one of my favorites as well. So the fun thing about this card for me is that it has a really strong connection to members of this community of ours. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at this thing. I love the color scheme of this card. Beautiful rendering. Newcombe looks all business here, which is great. The blues and the greens go so well together. Don Newcombe pitched for the Newark Eagles in the Negro Leagues. Came up to the Dodgers in 1949 after Robinson and alongside Rory Campanella, and then of course Larry Doby in the American League. Newcombe was the first pitcher to win the Rookie of the Year, the MVP, and the Cy Young Awards during his career. Also a four-time All-Star and a World Series champion in 1955. And as I mentioned before, forever tied to October 3rd, 1951. You can spend a lot of time thinking about Ralph Branca, Bobby Thompson when it comes to 1951, but one person that you should be thinking about too is the manager, Chuck Dressen. I'm going to read you a short excerpt out of the book The Echoing Green by Joshua Prager. Newcombe had been economical. It was his 100th pitch that Lockman drove to the wall, but he was utterly exhausted. Over 8 days, he had thrown an incredible 32 innings. No Major League Baseball pitcher would ever again throw so much in so little time. Newcombe turned to his manager. "This is too important a game," Robinson in 3 days would remember Newcombe saying, "to take a chance on my arm." Of course, the rest is history. But one of the biggest elements of that whole situation was the way that Chuck Dressen used his bullpen, used his pitchers. To wrap this thing up today, guys, I've got a short newsreel for you called Don Newcombe, Talk of the Baseball World, where you'll hear from Newcombe himself. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. Take care, and I'll talk to y'all soon.
Warner Pathé News presents an exclusive sports close-up of Don Newcombe of the Brooklyn Dodgers. Watch Big Nuke's powerful delivery and unusual off-balance follow-through. Winning 16 of his first 17 decisions, Don's victories already include a one-hitter and a two-hitter. Slow motion again, the blazing fastball that puts him near the head of the National League strikeout parade. Clogging him by bewildered batters, Newcombe's heading for 25 and maybe more wins. But that isn't all. As a hitter, he's batted around 400 all year with a slugging percentage near 800. When the big free-swinging Newcombe connects, it's out of the park and over the fence. Here, Don's running out his 6th homer, tying the National League record for 4 baggers hit by a pitcher in a single season. His smoking bat makes him an ace pinch hitter. Popular with his teammates, Nuke is one of the spark plugs of the pennant-bound Dodgers, and when asked by our cameraman whether he got a bigger kick out of pitching or hitting, Don had this to say.
I would say pitching gives me the biggest bang because that's what I get paid to do. I don't get paid at all to hit. We have 8 other fellows on the club that get paid to hit, and I get paid to do the pitching. And of course, a pitcher likes to always get a base hit and help the ball club with his hits or with his home runs, but my primary purpose is to try to win ball games with this ball club, and
After the game, it's home to Colonia, New Jersey for the 29-year-old hurler who made the big leagues in 1949. Waiting for him is the missus, proudly sharing Don's biggest season. Baseball, for the time being, is forgotten.